Oh, hey, I'm lost. I'm trying to find the emerging future. Do you know where it is? Ah, kid, don't you know you can't get there from here? But if you wait around a second, the future's coming to you. And to help you know when it gets here, I got these nice watches I can sell you real cheap. Buy two, get one free. But you better hurry, kid, because I don't think this future thing's gonna last much longer. All right, ladies, let's begin at the beginning. Democracy, capitalism. Think of us as somewhere in between. On a timeline, democracy is somewhere in the future. Our future, I hope. As a journey, democracy is still down the road a ways. We ain't there yet, ladies. As a system or ideology, democracy and truth comes from somewhere above where we are now. It is a concept or a vision of what we could be, the best version of ourselves. You could think of democracy as the next iteration of religion. Religion has always tried to move us forward toward a better version of ourselves through the extrinsic or outer motivation of God and what God would want for us. Democracy is trying for an intrinsic or inner motivation of saying that we actually possess the good somewhere within us already. Or how could it even exist? There's even some good inside of you, Simmons, although it is not readily apparent to the rest of us. Killers, addicts, thieves, even they know right from wrong. The knowledge of good and the choice of whether or not to do it, it's always there, ladies. We'll say why some of us choose to swipe left instead of right for another lecture. Now, capitalism, it crawled out from under a rock. It's rooted in evolution or survival of the fittest. It came from our past. You could think of capitalism as the next iteration of servitude, whether it be slavery or feudalism. We are still being forced to do labor for others instead of for ourselves. But at least punishment has evolved from bullwhip to prison cell. And room and board got exchanged for minimum wage so we could provide our own room and board, which unfortunately the capitalist still owns and tends to charge more than minimum wage to purchase, leading to inevitable debt for which the capitalist turns around and takes the money we already gave him and loans it back to us so we can give it back to him again with interest. Why the hell would anyone agree to these terms? The answer, of course, is we didn't. We were forced into this arrangement by thugs. We'll talk about them later, too. Let's stay focused right now. Capitalism, ladies, is a weight around our necks as we try to climb towards democracy. Capitalism gets you fat, it gets you thin, it gets you hooked, sometimes it even gets you laid, good for you. But when it comes to curing HIV, preventing war or mass shootings, or even helping you get sober, well, go ask democracy about all that. And that's why, boys and girls, government feels patriarchal. It has been forced into that role, the role of the snowplow parent. I say this because capitalism is exactly like your deadbeat kid. It doesn't clean its room, it leaves its scraps scattered everywhere because you're gonna pick it up, aren't you? You always do. Capitalists know that. Your kid knows you'll slip him a 20 when he needs it. He doesn't need to keep that job. If he drops the phone you bought him, you're gonna buy him another one. You always do. Capitalists sense your weakness just like your kids. Kids know you won't let them fail. You'll be there to bail them out. The irony is that the capitalist, like your kid, says you smother him with too many rules. I don't envy you. It sucks having to be the adult in the room. We all want to be cool. We all want to be liked. But you're not a kid anymore, you're too old, and you're not a capitalist either. That is above your pay grade. You are not above us, you are down in this shithole with us. So put that effing shovel down, stop shoveling your shit on the rest of us. The government is us, you knuckleheads. We the people, right? It's important to know what side you're playing for. So now that we've established that some of you are indeed talking shit about yourselves, maybe you want to do something about yourself. Maybe get control of the reins a little. Stop letting everyone else run you. It's time to start practicing a little tough love around here. And to clarify, I ain't asking you to punish your kid. Let life do that. Just stop getting in the way all the time. Let your kid learn, and let's let capitalists also learn by feeling the full consequences of their actions. Oh, and by the way, when you turn on your TV to watch your favorite sport, like football, all those athletes are revenue sharing their profits, like a bunch of so-called communists. And when your social security check or your welfare check or your SNAP food assistance or agricultural crop insurance or grants or subsidies, etc. come in the mail or however you get them, you are quite happily engaging in socialism. And for all those libertarians out there, property rights are a theoretical, socially enforced construct. Capitalism is not giving you your property rights. That government you're hating on, they're the only reason you have your property rights and your gun rights. If capitalists had their way, they'd push you onto a libertarian reservation right next to the Indians. You remember them. Because even deserts have oil under them, and mountains have minerals and trees and aggregate, and when they plop you down in between all of that, you can expect a freeway and a couple of pipelines running right through your effing property rights. Capitalism is not the reason any of us get up in the morning. It's why we hit the snooze button 2 more times. But on the weekend, when we get to pursue our real passions, we don't need that alarm at all, do we, ladies? Capitalists, to be fair, do give back to the rest of us occasionally with generous, tax-deductible, charitable donations. Like those opioid magnates, for instance. They gave a lot of their money to charity, right? Money they obtained by selling us opioids. Are we clear about how I feel about capitalism, ladies? Hey, I'm just a lowly coach around here. I ain't the boss of anyone or anything. We all got to decide for ourselves what is best. I'm only here trying to offer some perspective. Okay, we got a vote coming up on November 3rd, 2020. We have about a year to go before that happens, which brings us to the how part of this plan. See Roman numeral 2, logistics.